Hello everyone, welcome back to Sujit Analytics. This is a continuation of SQL Tutorials. In this tutorial, I'll be explaining inline table valid functions. In the previous tutorial, we have discussed functions and what are different types of functions, and also we discussed scalar user-defined functions. So we know that there are three types of user-defined functions: scalar user-defined functions, inline table valid functions, and multi-table valid functions. So in this tutorial, I'm going to explain inline table valid functions. So let's understand what is this inline table valid functions. So inline table valid functions, as the name it says, inline table valid functions means it returns table as a result. Returns table as a result. It can take parameters, which is input parameters, and it is used with a select statement without begin and end body. So in the previous tutorial, while explaining scalar defined functions, we have to ensure the function body is involved with the begin and end body. But in this inline table valid functions, we don't need to specify the begin and end body. And also, this function returns table as a return type. The scalar user defined functions, the function returns scalar data type like int, float, varchar, date type. But this inline table valid function returns table as a return type. So let's understand with example. Let's create a function. Let's define a inline table valid functions. So for creating a function, we have to use create function. Function name is I'm giving dbo dot. This is a schema name or owner. I'm giving function employee experience. I want to find the employee experience of specific departments, and this will take department number as an input. I'm giving int, and this function returns table as a result. Right? That's why I'm giving table as we don't need to define the beginner in the body. Just we have to give the return statement, return, and the select query. Select queries. I want to calculate the experience of specific department numbers of employees. I want to only calculate the experience of specific department. Let to start from employee, and also I want all the columns including their experience. For finding experience, I'm using date difference function, which is a date time function which is used to return the difference between two dates in specified interval. I want difference in year. I'm specifying year as a interval. Start date is hire date. End date is get date. So I want to calculate the experience from their hire date to today's date. That's why I'm giving get date. So this get date function returns today's date as experience. So I'm giving a where condition. I want to calculate the experience for a specific department people. So I'm giving the where condition. Where department number equal to this department number. So what I'm saying is create a function. Function name is dpo dot fn underscore employee experience, which takes a input as a department number, which is into data type, and it function returns a table, and this as return. This is a return statement. This is a function return. This is a where condition. I'm selecting everything, including all the columns. I'm calculating the experience of the employees from this employees table where department number equal to this department number. So I want to calculate the experience of the employees of specific department number. I don't want to calculate the experience of all the employees. Let's create this function. There is already object named function experience in the database. So there is already function is existed in the database. So we are not able to create it. First, drop the function of function. Function name is fn. We have to use dbo dot fn imp experience. Successfully completed. Let's create the function. Now the function is created. You can able to see in the Object Explorer under the databases. Under the databases, practice DB, programmability, functions, table value functions. This DBO underscore fn underscore employee experience. So when we create the function successfully, now we want to use this function. We have to use, if you want to use a function, we have to call the function. Call the function. So calling a function, calling a inline table function is similar to calling a table using select statement. So how we call a table? We use a select statement. In the same way, we call the function with the select statement. Select star from function name is dbo dot fn underscore experience, and we have to give the department number. I'm giving 10. If I execute it, I'm getting the employee details along with their experience. So I want only the experience of department number 10 employees. That's why I'm getting only 4 employee details because these are all the employees who belongs to department 10. Suppose I want to calculate the experience of department number 20 people or employees. Now I'm getting all the employee details along with their experience who belongs to department number 20. So this is the way we call a function. So here the difference between scalar defined functions and inline table value functions is the scalar user defined functions returns a scalar data type, a single value, but this inline table value functions returns a table as a result set. If I execute it, I'll be getting a table. This is the inline table of value functions. So once we call the functions, if you don't want to use this function further in the future, you can drop it using the drop command. Drop function name. This is similar to dropping a table, dropping a database, dropping a store procedure. Drop function dbo dot fn imp experience. If execute it, the function will be dropped from the database. So if we want to drop the scalar user defined function also, we have to use the same syntax, but we have to change the function name. So this is about inline table value functions. In the next tutorial, I'll be explaining multi-table value function. So that's all. I hope you understand. If you believe you learned something today, don't forget to give a like and share it with your friends who are learning SQL. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel, Sujit Analytics, to stay updated with my latest tutorials. That's all. I will be sharing this SQL file in the description. Make sure to download and explore it, understand the syntax and how to create a function. Just create this function and call the function. you will be understanding the difference between scalar defined functions and the inline table variable functions. That's all. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next tutorial.